big, beautiful surveillance. Don't you love it when surveillance and tyranny is homegrown and put forth by those people you just want to support, like Trump and his new big, beautiful bill? Don't read page 278, because that's where it says that states should remove any obstacles to artificial intelligence. So let's look at that here. It's already passed the House of Representatives. It's moving on to the Senate. I did read page 278, which it says here, except as provided in paragraph 2, no state or political subdivision thereof may enforce any regulation that prevents or limits or restricts artificial intelligence models. That's right. States cannot protect you from using artificial intelligence models, and if they do, that's actually a criminal offense. Why are they doing this? Well, could it be because of this company called Palantir that the United States government is in bed with? Palantir's tools are already spread out to many government agencies. Now, I'd like to call them the big data company of the government and the military. And you might also pay attention to Trump's executive order earlier this year in March, where he said, agency heads, we must now unify data. We can't keep data siloed, and we must do our best to make information searchable by other departments or potentially by an AI, which is where Palantir technology comes in. That's right. At least a week ago, their total transactions were about $673 million, and they just earned a new contract with the US military for about $795 million. But you can see this, about 237 contracts, and they're very quickly gaining popularity, as you can see here, just growing in size every year with straight up growth, linear growth here. Even in the Biden era and now in the Trump era. Some of their clients include the Department of Defense for a $400 million contract, the Department of Homeland Security, National Institutes for Health, and the CDC, and the IRS, you name it, they're in bed. They're involved with pretty much everything. Now let's talk about if you were given access to all the data of a government, like the US government, then these other programs that Palantir is taking on and becoming contracted with start to make more sense. Let's look at one program they did for the CDC. This is data from that. This is originally, I believe they called it Project Tiberius. This is built off of Palantir's Foundry. And all of Palantir's tools are more or less the same. You could call it an AI-powered big data platform. The way it works is that you take data from multiple parts of an organization, different databases, and you create a digital representation of it. Palantir's technology that does this is called ontology. So imagine for the CDC, you have patients, you have vaccines, and you have distribution centers. You actually create digital representations of these, and you can define the relationships between the different parties. And that way, as new data comes in, whether it's changes in processes, whether it's manual reporting, your visual of the network as a whole can change over time. You get insights into how things are going, and you can use these insights to make decisions. You could also use it to simulate decisions in the organization. So once all the data and the company's behavior is being monitored, Foundry's AI models can compute optimizations across the business, and decisions can be simulated in advance. Then the results can be fed back to AI, and it can continue to optimize itself. So the CDC used Palantir's Foundry under the hood. We also have Palantir being involved in Project Maven, which is a Pentagon project. It is about algorithmic warfare, and it was originally named Algorithmic Warfare Cross-Functional Team, and Palantir just won a $795 million contract. So this is all about data fusion, right? It's that concept again of not siloing the data, unifying it so that AI and machine learning can learn from it. But Palantir usually likes to work with these two tools, Foundry and Gotham. So as Foundry is meant for corporations, it's not meant for the military, it's meant for corporations so they can do the same thing. The Gotham product is an intelligence agency and law enforcement tool, which was first used, it was their first tool that Palantir developed, and it was used for military decision making, but now Rumors say it's so good at what it does, it's actually in use by police departments by like the LAPD and NYPD. This was first reported on, I believe, in 2020 by BuzzFeed News. That's right, BuzzFeed News did some journalism. They submitted a Freedom of Information Act to tell you about how this works, and they had documents showing you how to use the Gotham tools. Now, this is really, really crazy. About half of the LAPD police force use this Gotham tool, and it not only hooks up to the LAPD databases for those who were arrested, convicted, and inspected, it also feeds into the traffic stops. It also feeds into the daily law enforcement activities. Then officers can also add a name and update this in real time, and once they add your name to it, you become part of that surveillance network. All of this information is being aggregated, and once it's aggregated, these police officers have the ability to do full text search of the suspects. They could search for things like, okay, this dude is male, the suspect is male, white, he's part of the Peckerwood gang, and he's got a skull tattoo, and it will literally pull up everyone who matches that description. Not only that, but their addresses, their last known addresses, emails, vehicles, any warrants out for their arrest, and mugshots. Also, the people that they are connected to, their significant others, the people they associated with, and any surveillance pictures that they've that have shown up. This tool is the most sophisticated surveillance tool I've ever seen in my life, and it's part of that big data approach that many big tech companies have been using for the past decade. It's now coming to government. Now, these data sharing agreements between different governmental entities is all they need to go move around the Fourth Amendment. If the IRS, the IRS, which is already talking to Palantir as well as other agencies, if they connect Gotham, they get a version of Gotham and they connect it to financial record systems like bank transactions or crypto wallets, which I've already reported about in the first TBOT show episode, then they have an easy way to flag suspected offenders. This is something to watch out for. I think it's the biggest story of this year, and I'm going to be keeping a close eye on it.